there was a decision made by the Trump administration to cancel research on a grant that was specifically focused on coronavirus emergence. Do you know why this grant was canceled?
It was canceled because the NIH was told to cancel it.
And why were they told to cancel it?
I don't know the reason.
GOP lawmakers accusing Dr. Anthony Fauci of lying to Congress after a new book claims the White House COVID advisor resisted a Trump-era directive to cancel the NIH grant to the Eco Health Alliance, a nonprofit linked to the Wuhan Institute.
Let's talk to Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter, who sits on the House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee on Health, and he joins us right now. Hey, Buddy, good morning.
Good morning.
So how did Anthony Fauci lie this time?
Well, obviously, what we've got here is someone who's more concerned with remaining relevant than they are about telling the truth. And what he did was to actually lie to the Energy and Commerce Committee, and he told them that he did not know where this order came from when he did know, and he knew all along. We find that out now. And of course, we don't need someone who is more interested in remaining relevant and more interested in their own PR campaign, leading this fight against the virus and against the pandemic. We need someone who is going to be studying the origin of this and investigating this, that truly is more concerned with the truth and not with their own PR campaign like Anthony Fauci is, and that's why we need to get rid of him. He needs to be fired.
And the directive, you say, came from President Trump, and he was trying to downplay his role in all of this?
That's exactly right, and Dr. Fauci knew that, and that comes out now. The hearing that you saw there was in June of 2020, and now we find out that he did indeed know where this came from, and that's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to downplay the role that Donald Trump was playing in fighting the virus and fighting the pandemic, and he knew that all along. And look, we don't need that type of personality, that person leading our charge here.
Yeah, Congressman, but if you disagree with Anthony Fauci, you don't like science. So that's a ridiculous statement that he wants us to live with, but we won't. Meanwhile, I want to talk something else that's in the forefront of your mind and your agenda, and that is what's happening in Georgia. We saw our Department of Justice come out, and the Attorney General say they're going to sue Georgia because they're denying the Georgians, especially minorities, the ability to vote. Jonathan Turley was on this show and said, "Were you kidding me?" He goes, "I think this is a fight that the Democrats are going to regret getting into because there's nothing unconstitutional about what they're doing." How do you see this playing out?
Well, this is what happens when you have woke socialists gain control of the Department of Justice and weaponize the Department of Justice used for their own political gain. And that's exactly what they're doing here. I mean, the Election Integrity Act in the state of Georgia actually made voting easier and cheating harder. And yet here we have the Democrats who just last week were trying to pass the Corrupt Politicians Act, a power grab to federalize all the elections. And now they're going after the Election Integrity Act in the state of Georgia. If the Biden administration truly wanted to do something about voting integrity, then they look at other states like New York and New Jersey and Delaware who have more restrictive voting than the state of Georgia.
Congressman, will a judge, the referee is the judge. So will the judge see it that way? That's the key.
I believe he will. And I believe, as Mr. Turley had said earlier, that this is going to vilify and actually show that Georgia was right. And I think this is going to backfire on the Democrats big time.
Well, let's see. Congressman Buddy Carter sits on the Energy and Commerce Committee. Sir, thank you very much for joining us today from Savannah.
Thank you.
Thank you.